cooking noodles. Where the pot is a tool. Oh! Jesus, you scared me!
Oh, sorry, I finished my script.
Hmm. Why are you shaking?
Oh, just, no reason. Just, scary topic, you know.
I sent you to research air pressure. What's scary about that?
Oh, so many things.
Okay.
Are you gonna ask about the mask?
Honestly, I don't want to know. Are you ready to record?
Oh, yes. I'm gonna have to record with the mask on, so...
I don't care. Just give me a second to eat my ramen, okay?
You know, you should use protection when you do that.
Do what? Oh, for God's sake, that joke is so overdone.
Monica's wrong!
That's it. I'm poisoning her dinner.
Hey guys, sorry if the audio is poop, but I have to, what? Oh, I guess it's safe and sound. I can take this off now.
I don't need this anymore. Welcome back to the Dragon's Tongue, where our most precious need becomes our worst enemy. According to the Himalayan database, 49% of all deaths on Mount Everest are due to a little thing called altitude sickness. All it is a reaction to changes in higher or lower altitude. So, why is it so deadly? One word: acclimatization. Acclimatization is the long-term effects of changes in the environment. Many times, even if the effects are long-term, after going back to the previous environment, these effects should revert back. An easy example would be how pressure builds up in your ears after being on the mountain after a long time. I know pressure builds up in my ears every time I go down to burn a village or two. Eat a person or a sheep or two. Pick up some fast food. This is not actual acclimatization. There it is. Because as sudden small changes like that are not, by definition, long-term effects of changes in the environment. But just imagine if your ears atrophied to the point where it might take years for them to pop, like when you're up in the mountains and you go down and your ears get full and you're just like, oh my God, what is happening to me? I'm dying. And then they pop and you're like, oh, I'm good. Well, imagine if that pressure could possibly take years to actually pop because your ears are so used to high levels in the mountains, or high pressure, air pressure. We're talking about air pressure, dude. For clarification, just so I sound like I know somewhat of what I'm talking about, the short changes like the one I just mentioned with the ear thing, those short, sudden changes that are hourly or daily are often called homeostasis. Humans, like any other basic animal, adapt to our environment. These things can happen quickly, ranging from weeks to mere hours. You may think that this is pretty quick for, adapting to an environment, but in reality, many of the adaptations, I guess you would call them, to our environments are simple things like sweating, which I do a lot of.
She sweats a goddamn bucket tons.
You could fill it up with a bucket. Charlie bucket. That's gross. I know I should be put on a watch list. All this to say, although we do acclimate to different environments, climbing a very tall mountain like Everest is going to be a very different ride. You see, air becomes thinner the higher you travel typically upward. This low pressure leads to lower partial pressure of oxygen, which decreases the amount of oxygen that's absorbed through your lungs. I don't think I need to tell you why not absorbing oxygen into your body is a bad thing. AMS, or Acute Altitude Sickness, or mountain sickness as it's simply called, is the broad term for the harmful effects of high altitude. This is mainly because high elevations affect everybody differently, so it kind of has to be a broad term. 2,500 meters, or insane terms, 8,000 feet is typically when altitude sickness begins to affect most people. Altitude sickness and its symptoms mainly fall into 4 categories. 1. Respiratory weakness. Shortness of breath, deeper or more rapid breathing. 2. Mental or muscular symptoms. This one includes a lot, including fatigue, dizziness, decreased mental activity, impaired sight and hearing, headaches, decreased muscular coordination, and sleepiness. Yes, I was just reading directly off my script. 3. Cardiac symptoms. Irregular heartbeat, heart palpitations, and chest pain. 4. Gastrointestinal symptoms. And this just includes nausea and vomiting. And maybe farting. I don't think that they put that in because they were just like, oh, well, it's not as extreme, but I guarantee you there might have been some farting involved. Symptoms typically occur between 6 hours to 4 days once ascending to a higher altitude. Like mentioned before, these symptoms often don't stay, and once the person is back down to where they originally lived or where their, like I said, environment is, these symptoms revert back. Typically, people live through AMS and recover fine. But on occasion, reactions to the low atmospheric pressure can be severe. Like right now, the sun's coming up! Unless these people are returned to a low altitude, altitude sickness can be fatal. Obviously, mountaineers today use a mixture of pure oxygen and air to combat many of these common sicknesses of mountain climbing. However, a more serious type of altitude sickness is dangerous and does affect people who have already acclimatized. Transformers roll out! Okay, god damn it. Acclimated. Why didn't we think of fucking It's acclimated.
Oh, we're stupid.
We're stupid. We're dumb. Our brains, the size of walnuts. But yes, this dangerous type of altitude sickness, again, AMS broad terms here, does affect people who have already acclimated to higher elevations. High altitude pulmonary edema, or HAPE for short, rarely targets newcomers and mostly affects those who have been at high altitude for long periods of time. It hits on the return to sea level, and basically it's when fluid acclimates accumulates is what I wrote down here, accumulates in the lungs and stops oxygen from getting to the body. So whether you're going up or going down, you're losing oxygen in the body, apparently. Acclimatization, folks. Acclimatization. It's messed up. And air. The symptoms are often reversed when pure oxygen is given to the victim, but these only usually happen after the person is evacuated out of the area and taken down to a lower sea level. And as you can imagine, some people have definitely died from this, from people who did not get evacuated in time. It's terrible. Altitude sickness, or mountain sickness, comes in many different forms, lots of which I did not mention here. There are many different forms of it. The sickness was actually originally recognized in 1878 by racist Paul Burt.
That's not what we wrote.
It was actually recognized in 1878 by French physiologist Paul Burt. In the same year, Paul published La Pression Barométrique, which not only gained him the biennial prize of 20,000 francs, but was also a great guide to the physiological effects of air pressure. Excepting zombies and vampires, air is important to all people, but depending on what environment you're in, air can be deadly and toxic and even fatal given certain circumstances. And I did not even touch the horror that is nitrogen narcosis, which happens to divers, because that's another form of, like, technically air pressure in general, that can kill, has killed, and is very dangerous if not managed properly. The moral of the video would be, I guess, don't take a single breath for granted, because it might be your last. You can see mine right here. It's cold in my goddamn house, dude. It's literally goddamn April, and you can see my breath.
Yep. Cold as a witch's titty.
Them damn witches' titties. But that was the video. Hopefully I will see you next week when I fill Kovacs slippers with mud. Peace.